welcome to the demonstration of your progress chart. If you have already created your binder, this will be the first tab, the first thing that's located behind your tab labeled progress chart. On your progress chart, you will have a list of all the courses that you have for the first trimester. The courses, I'm going to point to them in this video using the mouse, are AOM, Worker Characteristics, or if you have the AOT, yours will say AOT, AOM Orientation, Tech Foundations, Keyboarding, and Office Procedures. So the courses are listed in bold and they have a course number beside them. So that's how you can tell what courses you have within the first trimester. The next thing that I'll show to you is each course has a set of customary hours applied to it, which means customarily how long it should take you to complete the course within the time that you're working in class. And work ethics or work characteristics has 6 hours, orientation has 6 hours, tech foundations or office tech foundations for AOM has 90 hours. If you are in AOT, your tech foundations listed as 30 hours, and then you also have a course listed as success strategies for 60 hours. AOM has those two combined in Office Tech Foundations for 90 hours. Keyboarding is 90 hours. And Office Procedures, 120 hours. And Computer Essentials is 120 hours. Do you see where I'm getting that from? Just right there on that customary hours for each course. I've gone ahead and broken out each of the tests that you'll take within your first trimester into how many customary hours you should have logged by the time you take that test. For instance, I could look at keyboarding. By the time you have logged 58 hours or so in keyboarding, you should be ready for test 2, part 2. Objective test, and I'm getting that from the number that's listed beside the test. So just another example, if you on this one, by the time you've logged about 35 hours, you should be ready for chapter 7, medical or medicine and ethics. So that's what that number represents. In a little bit I'll show you it's just a little guide that you'll use to keep up with your hours so that you can tell how many hours you've logged in the subject, and that would in turn tell you which test you should be ready for. And if you want to write in your, like when you take the test, you can write in the hours that you had logged at the time that you took that test in this blank area beside each of those. I have gone ahead and given you some planned test dates. The planned test dates that I've given you are based on you spending 4 hours a day in Office Tech Foundations until you finish the Tech Foundations portion, or if you're in AOT, 4 hours a day and 2 hours a day in keyboarding. And that will be your 6 hours. So 4 in Tech Foundations until you're finished with it, the other 2 in keyboarding. After you finish with Tech Foundations, then you'll move to Success Strategies. You'll spend about 2 hours a day in Success Strategies, 2 hours a day in Computer Essentials, and still 2 hours a day in keyboarding. And that will sort of break up the test so that you will not have, too many tests coming too quickly. So to start with, you'll spend about 4 hours in Tech Foundations until you finish it. and the other 2 hours each day will be spent in keyboarding. After you're finished with Tech Foundations, you'll turn that 4 hours into Success Strategies and Computer Essentials. And then the other 2 hours you'll do in keyboarding. You will probably finish up your Computer Essentials before you do your keyboarding. Once you finish your Computer Essentials, I suggest using that 2 hours and moving it into Office Procedures. What you'll find will probably be more likely to happen is you will discover how you best study. Some people like to stay on one subject, complete the subject, and then go to the next subject, or maybe 3 hours a day in this and 3 hours a day in that, but it usually differs for each individual. So by the time you get finished with your Computer Essentials, you've already gotten away from my plan and are pretty much on your own plan, which is fine because each person is an individual and you will have different study habits. Also, so we're going back to the progress chart now. Also on the progress chart, you have a place where you can put the date that you took the actual test, and then is listed your test scores. So beside each test that you have and you receive a grade in, there's a blank there so that you can keep up with your test grades. Course grades are based on the average of the test within that course, and so you'll be able to calculate your own course grade. As you're logging hours, I will be completing this same form for you online, and I will share the Excel sheet with you so that you will have access to the information that I have, and you'll also be asked to keep up with it on paper in your binder, and then from time to time you'll just want to check that and verify that what I have is correct. Okay, that's your progress chart, and that's how you use that. So whenever you get the first grade you'll probably get are your safety quiz. You'll put your grade right there, and when you get your binder quiz you'll put your grade, and then after you get all your grades you'll be able to get your average for orientation. If you have any questions over this, be sure to ask, and it's okay to ask because you've probably gone through a lot of information today, and it's not very likely that you'll remember all of it, so I expect that you will have questions that you need to ask, and I'm here to help. Thank you.